my name is Sondra Collins. I'm the music educator at Shady Hill Elementary. My primary performing ensemble, the Shady Hill Harmony, from Shady Hill Elementary School has auditioned and been accepted to perform the national anthem at a UF men's basketball game on Tuesday, February 18th against Arkansas. For many years, I tried to pull my Gator alumni, Go Gators status, and even that wasn't quite enough, so I had to apply many times with many different videos every year until finally they said one year, okay, you can come sing for us, but you can sing at a women's game. And that was kind of like our trial run. And then last year we were invited to sing at a men's basketball game, and we are again this year.
Fans, at this time we ask that you please rise as we honor America and those who protect us with the performance of the national anthem tonight by the University of Florida's Signing Gators and the Shady Hill Harmony Elementary Choir.
We have about 18 performances every year, 15 to 18, give or take, and we try to get out in the community a lot. So I try to give them every opportunity possible, and I seek out places within the community to perform, and places like this, and actively do that for them. I kind of feel like their agent and music agent a lot of the school year, but simply try to give them those experiences that they wouldn't possibly have otherwise. I really feel like the Shady Hill Harmony, half of the time I teach music, and the other half of the time I teach how to be a good person, and I teach how to be a productive person in society, and I teach responsibility, and I teach confidence, and I teach all those other soft skills. I'm not necessarily having the goal of making every single one of them a musician. I'm simply having the goal of having every single one of them appreciate different types of music, enjoy making music together, and then of course learning how to be a better person through music. The UF performance, performing the national anthem at the men's basketball game, is one of the highlights every year for these students. Like I said, they feel so excited and confident to be doing that, and so many of their parents and family members and friends have never maybe even been to a college basketball game, let alone been able to stand on the court in the middle of the game in front of 10,000 people and perform for them. So this is certainly always a highlight in our performing year.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Shady Hill Harmony Elementary Choir.
We're standing in our brand new exhibit wing, which we refer to as the canoe wing or the canoe exhibit, and it's roughly a 3,500 square foot addition to the existing exhibit space for the Silver River Museum. We are getting ready to have our ribbon cutting and unveiling this evening, and the canoe wing will be open to the public the weekend of the Nap-In and the Prehistoric Arts Festival, February 15th and 16th. That'll be the first time the public gets to see it. The exhibit was created by the University of Florida, the Florida Museum of Natural History, as a traveling exhibit. And it did in fact travel around the United States for 5 or 6 years to different museums and came back to Gainesville. And they were looking for a place to store it or even to dismantle it. And I said, hey, if we can get a grant to build an exhibit room for this exhibit, could we have the whole thing? Short story, the Felburn Foundation granted us $350,000 to build this addition, and UF, the Florida Museum, has given us a 10-year loan period for this exhibit to be on display down here so that the school kids, the 4th and 5th graders that tour the museum, and also the general public on the weekend can enjoy it and learn from it. The 4th graders that come to the museum every day study Florida history. So this is a fantastic micro lesson on Florida history, namely Native Americans, and how technology has changed over time. If we look at how we travel now and how people traveled 3,000 or 4,000 years ago, there's a very stark difference. From a science standpoint, our 5th graders that visit the museum are on a science field trip, and there's lots of science involved with excavating and interpreting and preserving these very rare and delicate waterlogged canoes that are thousands of years old. There's wood identification, there's preservation, there's archaeology. So those are the science components that the 5th graders will learn about. This is our 10th annual Silver River Nap-In, where flint nappers gather from across the United States. to demonstrate and to show and sell. We also have Seminole Indian canoe carvers coming up. We have archaeologists visiting from the University of Florida and University of South Florida and the state. We have professional primitive archers, we have tomahawk throwers, we have hide makers, basketry, potters. So it's really a weekend of prehistoric skills that have been largely forgotten. And so visitors can come out, actually try their hand at many of them. They can learn how to shoot bows and arrows, they can make pottery, they can watch a Seminole canoe carver at work. And of course, this will be the grand opening for the canoe wing. It's February 15th and 16th. It's a Saturday and Sunday, and the hours for the event are 9 to 4 both days.
I started out as an English teacher. I thought I was going to live my entire career as an English teacher. I was prepared for that. I knew that I loved books and I loved writing and I loved teaching children about the value of words and the impact that words can have. And then I worked with the previous library media specialist pretty frequently, and I thought that that was normal. I thought that I was doing the right thing by asking her for advice and asking her for books and asking her for questions, and apparently that was eye-catching for her. So when she went to retire, she came to me and she said, "Erin, I think you're going to make a great library media specialist." And I was, no, I don't want to be. I turned it down at first. I thought, no, I don't want it. And then I realized the greater impact that I could make on students if I got to reach all 1,200 students at Denellen High School instead of just the 140 that I would get to see in my classroom on a yearly basis. So I took advantage of the opportunity she gave me, and I'm very thankful she saw something in me. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Bye. I run a 21st century library is what I like to call it. It's a 21st century library, which means that it is not your typical wooden desk, although we do have wooden desks. I don't go around slapping the kids on the wrists for being too loud and shushing kids. This is a space of learning, and what we do in the library is we extend students' learning outside of their classrooms. Rules are meant to be challenged, not necessarily broken outright though. What made me stand out as a Golden Apple hopeful was that I think the rapport that I create with students. I've been told I'm funny. I've been told that I am easily reproachable by students, and I think that that helps, that I don't treat students as children. I try to look at them as human beings first. Of course, they are children and we do have to guide them, but that doesn't mean that we need to be disrespectful. You guys are going back to class because it is right on time. Thank you so much for being on time for that and paying attention to the clock. I'm a Golden Apple teacher because of the communities that surround me, because I have been inspired by my peers. I have been challenged by my colleagues to be better, because I have my students rely on me, and I hope to meet that challenge, to rise to the occasion, to be the best that I can be, so that my students and my teachers and my administration can be the best that they can be.
And you know, it's one thing to say that as an elected official that you want community involvement, but it's how you actually, what actions are we taking, you know, to foster it. So.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nancy Thrower, the Vice Chair of the Marion County School Board, and I'm here to invite you to please complete the online survey. We are trying to assess the importance of having at least one work session a month in the evening. We're hoping that this will encourage more community participation. And if you come to the work sessions in person, you will also be able to participate in public comment. Our goal is to have a tailored agenda, so we'll be discussing issues that are important to the community, and we want you to participate. So please complete the online survey. There's a link also on my Facebook page, and help us be part of the solutions. We look very much forward to seeing you, and thank you very much.